Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Carter briefly paused his pitch for expansion to devise a poorly considered plan of retaliation for not achieving his desired outcome. At least he looked good while doing it, though. If the bouncing ball provides us hope for the future, let's follow it. This week, Carter drove his Corvette a little, but not nearly as much as he would have if he had been working. Admire Days, B&B, General Hospital, or other soap operas? Participate in the discussion on our SC boards. To interact with fans and start a conversation right away, click here. At Forrester Creations, Carter went from being the most committed and hardworking non-family member to, and this is a difficult title to earn, the biggest lazy. After years of spending his evenings at home conducting research, one would think that Carter would use that time for his extracurricular activities. However, Carter is simply not showing up for work anymore, with the exception of speaking on behalf of Hope and pitching his idea for a global luxury brand through mergers and acquisitions. I find it strange that Carter came up with this great concept, worked on it for years, said nothing, and then suddenly pitched it. He was so angered by the least hint of hesitation that he wanted retribution right away. The future is still bleak. This week, Brooke and Deacon made every effort to persuade Steffi's two closest friends and family members to turn against her. At Steffi's house, Brooke found Taylor, while Deacon went for Finn. They got nowhere, and I'm not clear why they believed this was a successful strategy. But when Deacon continued to recount to Finn the events of that fateful day when Hope landed on him in lingerie, I couldn't help but giggle. At last, Finn remarked, "Remember, I was in the room? Well, you make a valid point." Even though Finn was present, nobody has ever questioned him about what transpired. The conflict, sigh. The battle that has to stop. Only the Logans declared war, but it seems that only the Forresters engaged in combat. This is, quite honestly, the most perplexing conflict between two families since, well, I suppose always. Really, there has only been Logans versus Forresters. Indeed, there have been candidates. Overall, it's basically been the Logan versus Forrester conflict all along, but it seems like it needs to end now. Sally Spectra was a pain in contrast, and Bill Spencer made a few attempts to get involved. Before Carter chose to be the champion for the underdogs, the Logans had been perfectly happy to quietly whine behind closed doors. However, when did this conflict begin? Brooke isn't exactly obedient. Has she never brought it up to her soulmate when they get home at the end of the day, and does she truly feel that suppressed at work? Eric is married to one of the Logan sisters, while Ridge is with the other. Additionally, Katie is in charge of PR, although she doesn't have to be if she truly despises it. Because Hope was family, and not the stain that Ridge referred to her as years ago, they reportedly kept HFTF afloat while paying Pam an executive assistant salary for years of preparing lemon bars. However, let's take a moment to break Carter's new vehicle and reflect on what transpired. It's true that the Logans and the Forresters have been at odds since the dawn of time. At work, though, not so much. The business put a lot of effort on Brooke's bedroom in order to guarantee its success and make that a reality. Since Carter received a complimentary vacation to Monte Carlo to make sure his allotted monies were used to make the most of Brooke's debut, he should be aware of this. As for Hope, Carter was the one who terminated her line. He spent months writing out reports and spreadsheets to make sure Ridge and Steffi knew how bad things were for HFTF. But then Carter revealed to Hope that he had been thinking about her while wearing her mother's underwear, and presto. Carter simultaneously lost his memory and his vision. Carter, more than anybody else, is aware that the decision to cut HFTF was solely an economic one. However, he wasn't singing that tune when he was an acting COO and not just one in title. He is now stating that they need the existing HFTF consumers who aren't spending on the line to stay on board until they eventually become couture clients. You read that again, it will never make sense. Yes, this week I will be berating Carter. He was only a nanosecond away from being able to think like the COO and not a naive fool. Too soon? When Carter visited Eric's last week to make his case regarding the international luxury brand, Eric made an intriguing statement. In addition to the fact that he had never been in debt during his career, Eric opposed the notion because it wasn't who they were as a company. He warned Carter that he had lost Forrester's vision with that approach. Carter, however, didn't give a damn. He didn't care that the man who founded the business and is now its owner was saying, "Thanks, but no thanks, because this wasn't our way." Apparently Carter just cares about pleasing Hope, so it went in one ear and out the other. Carter ignored him since all he could hear was a noise that suggested he would not receive what he wanted. He then returned to Ridge to vent his frustration at having truly expected him to work. To have everyone on the same page, let's first do a brief RJ refresher of Carter's main plan for retaliation. The entire LLC issue was brushed aside, especially when compared to how frequently we hear the pitch for mergers and acquisitions. In other words, Ridge essentially wanted Carter to create an umbrella corporation. In order to receive higher tax savings, Forrester Creations and any other businesses they control will then file taxes under that LLC. Even if it was only a business name that was registered somewhere for tax considerations, that would make the LLC the parent corporation, the large kahuna in the Forrester brand. Carter came to the realization that he could use his calculator to undermine the trust he has been telling everyone to value. He informed Hope that all he needed to do was complete the paperwork designating himself as the CEO, and he would have assumed control of Forrester. Although there might be some truth to that in theory, he would most likely face a fraud prosecution in practice. However, since this isn't the real world, let's assume that it was a wise decision. Good, by which I mean an intriguing turn of events, but what the devil, Carter? Here, they have maintained Hope as the cornerstone of all that is morally upright and pure. Hope was the reason for everything that was good with Forrester. She was the light of the company and a beacon of light in Carter's eyes. Now, however, she is causing Carter to speak as though he is in a trance by utilizing her Jedi mind skills. Carter changes his mind about everything once Hope gives him a kiss or one long stare. He claims to care about the business and has been working on a plan non-stop. However, he believes that he and Hope have the right to take over the business for whatever reason. These two are generating so much hair-tugging and head-scratching that I'm going to go bald. Carter often stated that if they simply told Steffi about their relationship, everything would be different. Hope claimed they couldn't do that, but she would have her job and her line back. Rather, she believes that the best course of action is to forge your way into taking over a business since, well, there isn't any drama involved. Are we certain that the cabin doesn't require Chandra? Somewhere in Los Angeles. The banter between Will and Bill was amusing, and he's blending in nicely as a Spencer man. After the adorable first kiss between Will and Elektra, we were given a peek into her past, or future. This week, we got to see who we think is Remy Price, and I think we can all agree that it didn't look good. Be prepared for it. He had pictures of Elektra in the background, and as she was terrified that he would find her, he was whispering, "I'm coming to get you." For some reason, Elektra is unaware that she is in danger while Remy is in Los Angeles the following week. Is he a master at deceiving her, or does he have a malevolent twin? In relation to Psychos, Luna continues to mail letters to Bill while daydreaming from prison. However, she provided him with a schedule, 1 letter per week, and all of them would be for him. When an unexpected visitor shows up, Finn's world is rocked by tension and questions that make him question his feeling of security. Meanwhile, Carter and Hope's secret plot keeps developing and permeating the lives of others in their immediate vicinity. With ramifications that could permanently change power dynamics and relationships, this complex story of alliances, secrets, and betrayals is about to reach a fever pitch. #### an unexpected visitor to Finn. From familial strife to the lasting effects of Sheila Carter, Finn and Steffi's life has already been turbulent. Everything changes when a mysterious visitor shows up just when things appear to be getting settled. This person, whose identity Finn initially conceals, seems to be crucial to understanding Finn's past, or possibly his future. Steffi, who quickly realizes that this encounter could be problematic for their marriage, is likewise uneasy about their presence, as is Finn. A past flame, is it a former romantic partner of Finn's who reappears with unresolved issues? In addition to straining his relationship with Steffi, this situation would bring back long-suppressed feelings that Finn has worked so hard to repress. A family member considering Finn's complex relationship with Sheila Carter. This guest may be related to him biologically, possibly another member of the Carter family with personal interests. A professional rival although the visitor may appear to have a connection to Finn's medical career, their underlying intentions may be more sinister, such as a secret grudge or an effort to use Finn as leverage against the Forresters. The effect on Steffi and Finn. Steffi, who is already tense because of the visitor's continued rivalries with the Logans, becomes even more tense when Finn is reluctant to reveal the visitor's true motivations. She starts to worry that Finn might be hiding something important, which makes her protective instincts kick in. Because of Steffi's combative personality, they have contentious conversations in which each party tries to make their point while preserving their shaky mutual trust. Finn, meantime, is torn between his allegiance to Steffi and his sense of obligation to the stranger, who could actually need his assistance. The timing of the guest couldn't be worse, as Steffi keeps working to solidify her place at Forrester Creations while avoiding obstacles from Brooke and Hope. Finn's diversion puts him in danger of preventing him from giving Steffi the help she so much needs during this turbulent period. The plot of Carter and Hope continues. In other places, Carter and Hope's covert actions become increasingly risky and strategic. What started out as a covert collaboration between the two has developed into a comprehensive plan to achieve their individual objectives. Carter sees a chance to turn the tide in his favor because he has been growing increasingly frustrated with Steffi and Ridge's domination at Forrester Creations. Hope, on the other hand, sees this partnership as an opportunity to take back authority over her ideas and establish her value independently of her mother Brooke. Destabilizing Steffi's hold on the fashion empire seems to be Carter and Hope's main goal. They hope to create a power vacuum they can take advantage of by quietly undermining her leadership and planting doubts within the team. Carter uses his legal knowledge to pinpoint Steffi's strategy's weak points, while Hope uses her charm and inventiveness to mobilize support within the organization. 2. Ridge manipulation. Carter has an advantage because he is aware of Ridge's weaknesses, both personally and professionally. He tries to divert Ridge's attention from Steffi by implying that she might be taking unwarranted chances with the company's future. Hope, on the other hand, tries to get Ridge's support by putting out audacious new concepts that fit with his plan for Forrester Creations and forcing him to consider Steffi's course. 3. Making use of Finn's visitor. In a shocking turn of events, Carter and Hope learn that Finn's unexpected guest is there and start taking advantage of the circumstance. In an attempt to divert Steffi's attention from the ongoing business disputes, they exacerbate her already tense relationship with Finn by discreetly feeding her fears about the visitor. The Forrester and Logan families start to feel the impacts of Carter and Hope's plot as it develops. Alliances change, relationships are put to the test, and long-kept secrets could come to light again. Carter and Hope are all too happy to take advantage of the rifts in Finn's marriage caused by his inability to strike a balance between his commitment to Steffi and his duties to the guest. The tense bond between Finn and Steffi. Because they disagree on how to respond to the circumstance, Finn and Steffi become resentful of the visitor's presence. When Steffi learns that Finn has been meeting with the visitor behind closed doors, her suspicions that something more is going on are heightened. As Finn attempts to shield Steffi from a reality that he believes could destroy her, the strain becomes intolerable. Hope's increasing self-assurance. The advancement of her collaboration with Carter starts to give Hope more confidence. At Forrester Creations, she takes more daring actions to make her presence known, which makes her coworkers both envious and hostile. But her newfound self-assurance makes her oblivious to the dangers of their plan, especially the potential for unanticipated consequences. The plot's success turns into an obsession for Carter. His annoyance at being ignored and underappreciated pushes him to act more aggressively, even if it means going against moral principles. Hope becomes irritated with his increasing haughtiness and starts to wonder if Carter shares her objectives. What is the real reason for the visit? As Finn investigates the visitor's motivations further, he finds material that begs more questions than it answers. Does this person have a plan to ruin his life, or is he just a victim looking for assistance? Will Steffi find out about the plot? Steffi is a strong opponent because of her instincts and willpower. Her reaction might be explosive and might drastically turn the tables on Carter and Hope if she discovers their plotting. Can Steffi and Finn re-establish trust? **** As their conflict intensifies, Finn and Steffi have to determine whether their love is resilient enough to get them through their difficulties or if this crisis will be the end of their romance. The Bold and the Beautiful is speeding toward a dramatic finale as Carter and Hope's plot picks up steam and Finn's unexpected visitor adds another level of intrigue. The decisions made by each character will determine the course of their lives, with potentially long-lasting effects. Fans can anticipate an emotional roller coaster, unexpected turns, and moments they won't soon forget as secrets are revealed and allegiances are put to the test. Does Hope Slips show Steffi is correct about her? Fueled by years of personal and professional conflicts, Hope Logan and Steffi Forrester's rivalry has been a pillar of the Bold and the Beautiful. Steffi's recent insistence on her concerns about Hope's actual motivations and personality has sparked arguments among their family and supporters. However, new developments raise the possibility that Hope made a crucial mistake that would have confirmed Steffi's long-held suspicions and permanently changed the balance of power between the Logans and the Forresters. Steffi has long harbored misgivings about Hope. She has accused Hope over the years of being cunning, putting her own needs ahead of those of others, and using her innocence as a front for ambition. Their romantic relationships, especially their shared past with Liam Spencer, have added to this tension. Steffi has expanded her complaints in the present plot, though, to encompass Hope's actions inside the family as well as her career choices at Forrester Creations. Hope's developing relationship with Thomas. Steffi has expressed worries about Hope's apparent resurgence of faith in Thomas, a guy with a complex past that includes manipulation and obsession. Although Hope has maintained that Thomas has changed, Steffi wonders if Hope's intentions are just professional or if there is more going on. 2. Professional goals versus family loyalty. Steffi thinks Hope has been subtly setting herself up to take charge of bigger projects at Forrester Creations, even if it means putting her coworkers at risk. Hope has been accused by Steffi of using the victim role to hide her true competitive nature. 3. Hope's troubled marriage. According to Steffi, Hope may have contributed to her problems with Liam by hurting herself. She asserts that Hope's marriage has suffered as a result of her incapacity to move on from the past and her dependence on approval from others, particularly Thomas. In a stunning turn of events, Hope unintentionally commits a mistake that provides Steffi with the justification she has been seeking. Hope, under pressure, says something she instantly regrets during a stressful time at Forrester Creations. The slip alone is enough to start a chain reaction, whether it's a covert declaration of affection for Thomas, a criticism of Liam, or a deceptive remark about Steffi's leadership. Although the specifics of Hope's slip are still unknown, several potential outcomes are as follows. Steffi's accusations regarding Hope's lack of boundaries may be supported if Hope confesses to having deeper feelings for Thomas, even if they are unintended. In addition to upending Hope and Liam's marriage, this discovery would rekindle long-standing animosities between Liam, Thomas, and Steffi. A dismissive remark over Steffi * Hope may become enraged with Steffi and express her actual feelings over Steffi's management of Forrester Creations. Hope's attempts to be diplomatic would be undermined by such a comment, which might also reveal Hope's aspirations as self-serving. A career-driven motive * Hope may acknowledge, even in passing, that her family has suffered as a result of her preoccupation with Forrester Creations, supporting Steffi's claim that Hope has lost her priorities. Ever the strategist, Steffi makes sure that Hope's error is not overlooked. Using the slip as support for her assertion that Hope isn't as altruistic or innocent as she seems, she takes advantage of the chance to confront Hope head-on. Because Steffi's response is well-planned, others, like Ridge, Liam, or perhaps Brooke, will be aware of the consequences. 1. Confrontation * In order to make her points more effectively, Steffi is probably going to confront Hope in public. This may take place at a family get-together or a meeting at Forrester Creations, guaranteeing that the stress rises in front of onlookers. 2. Turning to Ridge * Steffi might use the incident to affect Ridge's opinion of Hope and possibly push for adjustments to the company's leadership positions. 3. Pushing Liam for answers * Steffi might use the knowledge to make Liam rethink his relationship with Hope, gently sowing doubts, if Hope's slip involves her love for Thomas. Hope is in a difficult situation as she tries to mend her connections and restore her reputation after making a mistake. She has made strides toward mending her relationship with Liam, restoring her reputation in the workplace, and re-establishing trust with her family, all of which might be undone by the slip. Another significant rupture in Hope's marriage to Liam may result if her slip validates Steffi's concerns over her relationship with Thomas. As Liam's fears return and the unresolved sentiments between him, Steffi, and Hope reappear, this would have a cascading effect. 2. Thomas's reaction * their dynamic may change significantly based on Thomas's interpretation of Hope's statements. Hope and her family may find themselves in a challenging situation if he interprets the slip as encouragement to rekindle his passion. 3. Brooke's disappointment * although Hope has always had her mother's unshakable support, Brooke might be forced to doubt Hope's judgment or motivations if she makes a mistake that verifies Steffi's criticisms. Hope's error impacts not just her personal life but also the relationships at Forrester Creations and the Logan and Forrester families. Steffi may be inspired to take more daring actions within the family and the company as a result of her newly found confidence in confronting Hope. Steffi might use the incident to suggest reorganizing senior positions at Forrester Creations, which might marginalize Hope or reduce her influence over important initiatives. The Logan-Forrester divide, with Brooke and Ridge caught in the middle, Hope's mistake may rekindle hostilities between the Logans and Forresters. Conflict over familial ties and career goals may resurface as a result. Thomas's role, depending on how things turn out, Thomas may be further shunned or vindicated, depending on whether or not Hope's statements are interpreted as sincere or deceptive. 1. A reimagined love triangle. According to fans, Hope's mistake will pave the way for yet another round of romantic entanglements, this time involving Liam, Thomas, and Steffi. 2. Hope's redemption arc * according to some, the aftermath may force Hope to examine herself critically and try to regain the trust of those around her, possibly leading to a stronger and more self-aware Hope. 3. Steffi's rise * some view this as Steffi's opportunity to establish herself as a leader in her family and the business, demonstrating that her intuition about Hope was correct all along. One thing is certain: once the dust settles, Hope's mistake will have a significant impact on relationships, alliances, and aspirations. This crucial moment will undoubtedly keep fans riveted to their screens, regardless of whether it validates Steffi's criticisms or acts as a spur for Hope's development. Nobody escapes unhurt in the constantly shifting world of the bold and the beautiful, and no lapse goes unchecked.